Yeah, what is poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another episode of After the Buzzer. I'm your I, I was your host, but I had a I had to do a
Mm,
little costume change, and
yeah. What's with the costume? Yeah, what's going on?
uh,
It's March 9th. Am I missing something today?
nah. I mean, like it's just I feel like this is who I truly should be. You know what I'm saying?
A
Like I
rap,
feel like this is.
a raptor, a velociraptor.
Yeah, cause like how the Raptors been like wilding lately. My boy Scotty, I had to put on for him somehow. Like what I'm saying. I like Vince Carter when he was doing the dunks.
Does that
What I
raptor
mean.
have a
Like,
Detroit Lions logo next to it?
eh, nah, that's my little thing. When I was in a fight, like one time, and I just got grazed all crazy on this side. Wait, is it
But it's an
on this
entire.
side? Yeah.
What? So
All right.
you just you so you got grades. Like, come on, keep up the
Uh-huh.
story. Let's go. You got
Nah, I
grades.
mean,
What?
I got grazed when I was like, trying to fight for my bagel. You feel me? Like I was trying to get a
Yeah,
bagel, and
yeah.
then he just wouldn't let me get the bagel. So then we started tussling, and then he had blue flames out of him, and he was like, what I'm saying.
Blue
So I was
flames
just
out of
like, oh,
He was a firebender. He was a
yeah,
firebender.
yeah, it was kind of close to it. I mean, he had like he was not the ultimate avatar, but he was damn near close to it. Oh man, I gotta take this off. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After the Buzzer podcast. I'm your
I,
host, ATB Show. What happened?
I didn't know you were gonna do that. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know. I didn't even pay attention because I was just like still getting ready. And then when the countdown stopped, it's just I see you in the Raptors mouth. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
because
this
I
dude
knew that
doing?
was gonna happen.
Bob, use my language. I'm just like, yo, what is he doing? What?
Yeah, man. Nah, hold on. Let me get it because this thing is like suction cup to my face. So I'm like, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It looks tight. Pause. Yeah, audience, I didn't know he was gonna do this. This is just caught me off guard.
Oh yeah, my bad, man. But now, welcome back to the. Oh man, I can't even see. Look, I'm messing up and stuff because like good job. I just wanted to see his reaction from that one. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After the Buzzer podcast. I'm your host, ATB Shom, aka Shom Diggity, aka Shom, what you want call it. And I'm here with my main man, ATB Josh. How you doing, brother? After that, seeing that, I'm pretty sure like
I am doing good, man. You know, it's Saturday night. It's Saturday, the weekend, middle of the weekend.
yeah, man.
Watch
Yeah,
some games tonight.
yeah. We had good
Yeah,
games last night too.
yeah, we had some great games last night, so definitely gonna talk about them. But man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Also, I want to say rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. You know, me being a big
Oh
anime
man.
guy, Dragon Ball Z
Yes.
was my shit. So that was the
Yes.
one that got me into anime. So I just want to say rest in peace and thoughts and prayers to his family.
Not only just that, but rest in peace to the man, and thoughts and prayers go out to his family as well. But
Hmm.
like the impact of what Dragon Ball Z and his creativity behind it is what just sparks so many other animes. I don't watch anime that much, but like I did watch some animes like Naruto and probably like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
But at One Piece, like without him, all those other animes probably wouldn't have even come into like existence. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, and that's my
Nah,
favorite
you're
anime.
right. You're right. Nah, like a lot of people talk about like his impact on anime. Like he made it. He helped make it what it is today. Like he was the pillar of it all. So definitely like that. Now I got the news that kind of hit me hard. I was really messed up. It felt, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of us felt like for us in that community, it felt like we just lost our Michael Jordan. Like we just lost our goat. So
Yeah,
it hit the community hard, and I'm pretty sure people who were watching saw the timelines flooded with a bunch of Dragon Ball Z stuff. So it was a rough like couple. Like we probably gonna be like this till like Monday. So just get ready. If you want to go back to that, a guy takes out girl to the park and she leave him. I don't care about none of that. But if we not on that. We on
and
Akira Toriyama till at least Monday.
yes, we definitely are. And again, thoughts and prayers go to his family. And they did the right thing by not like letting us know. I mean, letting us know immediately when it happened, give themselves time to grieve, and like a week later, letting like the
Yeah.
community know. Because hey man, that's they're still probably grieving themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like
Nah.
that's any
Yeah.
loss is rough.
That's gonna be a tough one. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. What do you want to talk about first?
Oh yeah, but on the lighter side, let's let's get it going. All right, God. Embiid possibly coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid's possibly coming back. That's a bit of a shocker right there. I don't even know if we should even let him come back.
I think we should start right there with Embiid comeback. Honestly,
Oof. I mean, Josh, what's your thoughts? They're thinking about bringing this man back before the playoffs. Is that the word that's buzzing around around the 76ers that Embiid might come back?
that is the word buzzing around, especially since I talked to some of our Sixer fans, Doc. Being one of them, and Doc follows, and Doc has a follower in NB. He follows him on Twitter, and I've
Shout
since
out to
and
Doc.
Doc, shout out to Doc. Doc, we trying to have Doc on here one of these days, probably hopefully
Mhm,
next week. But Doc, Doc is saying that's the plan. They trying to bring him back starting next month. The target is later, last bit of March, and he'll
mhm,
come back and finish off April and try and get the basketball reps in.
mhm.
Uh, Doc is with it. Doc is Doc is a big Sixer fan, so he's like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's go. And a lot of Sixer fans are ready for his comeback. And obviously, we know Tyrese Maxey, I believe, is still in concussion protocol, so he's out. And they have not looked their best without Embiid, and they have not looked their best since Maxey went down. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is a good idea to do it. No,
But
and I'm not saying as a Knick fan. I'm saying that as a basketball fan, from my unbiased opinion about the Sixers, is that all right? If Embiid comes back next month, that means he got about half a month left for basketball to get his reps in, then to get basketball ready, basketball in shape, to readjust himself to working out, to readjust himself obviously with the team, to also adjust himself to playing with Buddy Hield now, since he never played with Buddy Hield. So now he has to do that, right? And that means after that we go, depending on where you see that, which is currently you're seated at the 7th spot. That's playing.
mhm,
Depending on where they lost it, and and they're on a 3-game losing streak too, by the way. The last
mhm,
3-7 in the last 10. They will they have to get out of the play-in to avoid playing either Indiana, Chicago, or Atlanta. And then, okay, we got to now get ready for the playoffs. And that means we got to take on Miami, New York, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Boston. That's going to either the 5 teams I just named. That's the 6 teams I just named. That is tough physical series right there. As you can see, that's not going to be no cakewalk. And Embiid, and you think about how Embiid plays. Embiid plays does most of his damage with his knees. He's coming. This is not like a foot or anything. This torn knee. This is a torn meniscus. Whether I believe it was a torn meniscus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct.
Yeah, it's a torn meniscus.
It was a torn meniscus.
Yeah,
And
meniscus.
yeah, we
I'm
gotta
sorry,
talk
the
about
word. The word meniscus.
we gotta talk about that one too, because there's another big man that just got injured with a
Oh
torn
yeah,
meniscus. So
yeah.
and yeah, here it is. It was his left lateral meniscus injury.
Mm,
So and he said he's been rehabbing and confirmed that he wants to come back. It's just about, and this is a direct quote from him. It's about
mhm.
how I feel. Rehab is going pretty well, ups and downs, but you manage it. The goal is to try to get healthy as possible and come back. I'm telling you, there's no point, because it's like you lost the MVP because you missed out on too many games, so you lost the MVP.
Right.
Then now, okay, we rush you back. We got to go in the playoffs, take on these tough teams, and you're going to have you have to do you're going to be in the post a lot,
Yeah,
and
and that's a lot of man pre yep.
and that's a lot of damage, and you're risking chance of even furthering damaging more of his injury. So now if he damages again, now we're probably looking at next season, deeper into next season for his comeback. It's just, for me, I'm telling MB, yo, dog, sit down. We're going you out for the season. We're gonna let Maxey do his thing. If they can't make the playoffs without the team, with the team currently constructed, then we gotta have a talk. Because and I get MB was a big central focus of that team, but I still think they got enough to at least make the playoffs. Maybe give somebody a run for their money. But I ain't gonna say you ain't going to the second round, and obviously without Embiid or anything.
Yeah, but it's not even just that, because you just said a point that really just sparked something in my brain. Like, yeah, this is the year they can, like, they got to do it.
Is this the year they gotta
Usually,
do it?
but at the same time, remember some of these guys that they sign is on some 1-year contracts, like Kelly Oubre, a 1-year deal. Mo Bamba. He was probably, I think he's on a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. There's some guys that's on a 1-year deal that may be like, okay, if we bring him back, this could be our best option of trying to win a championship. Or
Are they belly?
like, all right,
Are
forget it.
they are they better than Boston with a I'll say 70%
No.
Embiid? Then what's the point?
No, but that's the thing though. They're looking at the situation of like how the rentals that they got right now. Because if they bring back this same team, right? They bring back
Mm.
the same team, they have a chance. And when Embiid's healthy and they'll get more acclimated with Buddy Hield, and then you have a healthy Tyrese at this point, and then especially a healthy Embiid, then that's going to push the train forward for them to be have more continuity within each other, and then to try to push for a championship going into next season. But that's only if they retain the pieces that they currently have right now. Who's to say that the pieces that going into this summer could change? We could see, like, we may not see a Kelly Oubre on this team. We may not see a Mo Bamba on this team. We may not even see
We
a
definitely
Tobias
not seeing.
Harris.
I'm about to say we definitely not seeing Tobias Harris next year.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'll be shocked if they keep him.
and that's what that's the thing I'm thinking about right now. If they are thinking it's worth it, and then they try to go for this push, and nothing comes out of it, did they just risk Embiid getting, like, they just hurt his future a little bit? Did they just cut the timeline short a little bit?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what.
at that
Yeah,
point, then yes, but it's like however they're weighing it. So if they cut it out, right? If they cut it out, just say, nah, Embiid, don't come back, or just don't even try to like do too much to push us to where we are because we want you to be good for the future, then they'll probably go with that. And I think they might go with that. But at the same time, because of his play during the season and how good they were playing, the expectation is to try to go for that championship. But I don't know if they could do it with this squad because remember, there's some things that might change going into next season.
there are things obviously they're going to change going into next season. It is a tough question. Sixers fans will tell you yeah because they want to be there. They believe they're in a win now situation. I believe they're also in the win now, but it's just not now. Like maybe next year now.
Yeah, and
Because it's just because free
pressure.
agency is going to have people available. Like you're not resigning Tobias Harris, so that clears up 180 million.
It does.
Tobias Harris was signed to a 5-year, 180 million contract in 2019. He's underachieved. He has been inconsistent. He only shows up when trade rumors or not him not going to get be resigned comes out. So it's like, what is the point? I'm surprised they kept him during the trade, but I'm glad they got Buddy Hield. I'm cool with Buddy Hield. I like Nicholas Batum. I like Robert Covington. But at the end, like Paul Reed has stepped up. G League homeboy. I worked for the G League and Blue Coats. Paul Reed has showed up. Tyrese Maxey is probably going to be Canada's most improved, if not, and definitely going to be a future superstar for that team. It's just that, do I want to really damage it? Like Embiid has a long injury-prone history.
So do you think the pressures from the outside of everybody else, like looking in, right? From outside looking in, do you think the pressures are just really getting to the Sixers franchise of just saying push for a championship because of what Embiid did this year, because of what Maxey has proved to him this year?
What he did last year and this year, I think is that both those factors that there's a push from the outside and the fans and all that. Is that we maybe and plus probably Embiid too because now he knows that I got the MVP and now I gotta get the other hardware that Joker got, and
exactly.
he's constantly compared to Joker. And Joker is probably on his way to winning second chip, depending on how things go in the West. We'll talk about that later, though. But I think it's also his own, like, I want to use the word ego, but it's like he's telling him to come back so I can try and get this ring. And I'm just like, I don't want to risk you going like next year. I'd rather have you sit, heal up from this meniscus injury. We'll reevaluate the roster, sign some people, get some people from free agency. Have you come back next year, and we make a run. To me, next year is the win now one. To me, next year is win now.
Sixers looking at it from that standpoint. I understand Embiid looks like he just want to come back and play or whatever. Either that or he just want to just try to heal up. I don't know because maybe he might take into his injury history into consideration. But do you think the Sixers are pushing the agenda to try to bring him back?
I think it could be fit. Honestly, I don't know. I could see yes. Because they probably look at the East. They probably look at the East and say if
you cut out.
Sorry. My thing is so sensitive to touch. It's like it mutes itself sometimes. But What I'm about to say. Okay, it could be. Yeah, I believe so because they probably look at the East as a win now situation. I mean, right now, okay, the Knicks are hurt. We'll talk about them. Boston is inconsistent, but inconsistent right now. But so a lot of people still believe they're the favorite, and with a healthy Embiid, everybody know that the Sixers could probably beat Boston. Then you look at the Heat. Well, we know what the Heat is playoff Jimmy, and playoff basketball is different for the Heat, and they're very serious. But at the end of the day, you still say they still got like, long story short, Joel Embiid is like the most dominant player in the Eastern Conference. So when healthy, there's no answer to him. He's the Shaq.
Oh no, Miami they tried their hardest against the Thunder. The Thunder just a great team. It's not Shai
might be MVP. Shai might be MVP.
Unbelievable.
Shai legit might be the MVP. I think the losses with Tatum have been. I think that's going to take people going to take into account that. And I think
a shot is what people going to take into account.
That too,
that wide open.
I also think people going to look at Luka like, yo, you play only great offensively, but defensively you are garbage. So I don't look. I can't.
And this team is not they're not in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken.
They're not. I don't think that only got. That's 50-50 because it usually depends on how great the player is.
But they're saying that about Shai though. He's leading his team.
He is leading his team, but it's just the outside of the top 5. I mean, if Luka was having a monster season that was historic, then yeah, that wouldn't matter. But I just think that I watched Luka literally get blown past. Like people go by Luka, like legit go by, like almost like Ole. Like Ole, like he put like no defense, bro, like no defense at all, and it's like fam, like and Kyrie's not the best defender, but Kyrie plays better defense than Luka.
But Kyrie, like, you know, he gonna do what he do. But Luka, we know he was bad defensively like the past 2-3 years. Like this is not.
So what year are we in for Luka? What year are we in? Year 5? Year 6?
I think about year 5. Yeah,
year 5. And how you still this atrocious 18, in defense?
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it completely wrong. But
or we could just ask Google.
Yeah, you could just ask Google because I'm just. I told y'all, chat. I'm bad at math, man. Look, I'm just. Hold on. He was drafted 2018, 2019, 2019, 20, 2021, 21, 22.
God damn.
22, 23.
God damn answer. How many seasons Luka's played?
There's no way there's 6 seasons. It's 6 seasons. This man been in the league already.
It's 6 seasons.
It can't be.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting up 6 seasons.
You got 6 seasons.
Yep.
Wow. Luka's been in the league for 6 years so far. Wow. Okay.
That is, we getting old, bro.
Yeah. Damn. I remember when he first got to the. We the same age as Luka. So I mean that's another thing too. But
we are getting old. But yeah, okay, 6 seasons. So 6 years he's been in the league.
Yes.
How are you still this atrocious defensively?
But we know this about him already.
That's it doesn't. I don't care, bro. Like y'all say that excuse for all these. I don't care. Improve. It's 6. If you look at yourself 6 years ago, are you still the same person?
No.
Then what? Then no. Then what are we talking about here?
But at the same, all right. But look, we know what it's like knowing your strengths and weaknesses. We know his weakness is defense. I understand he does got to improve on that standpoint of the ball, but he just hasn't made that. He had to improve on his weight thing. Remember they said he was too
out of shape.
In a sense, out of shape. Let me not say fat, out of shape in a sense, right? And then he had to slim that down, and look, he beat that odd. So I think it's a matter of time. That was a weakness, but maybe I don't know if that's a true weakness. Maybe he hasn't found his niche on defense. He intercept passes. You know what I'm saying? He plays the passing lanes a lot, pretty good.
But okay, because he could get on a break.
Where's Luka for you on the MVP ladder?
I mean, if I'm not looking at his defense, then he top 4, top 5, top 3. Honestly, I got Shai, Joker. Since I can't, Embiid's not there, so Shai, Joker, Luka. I think Ant-Man would be 4.
Thank you. All right, at least you put Ant-Man because I respect that because a lot of people wouldn't put Ant-Man because I think last night the same
Ant-Man's
thing.
Ant-Man's there. Ant-Man's having his best season this year.
So if the Timberwolves finish at the number 1 seed, right, you think Ant-Man should win MVP?
I have to look at his stats, and I got to compare it to Shai's stats because again, like those are
both all-stars.
Both all-stars. They were both all-stars.
Both leading their team to number 1 seeds in the West.
Oh yes. But again, like I don't have their stats out right now, but if I compare the stats, numbers, Like, and then I will have to judge it like, all right, who edges out who here. But I think it is going to be low-key a close race. I think Shai's currently leading because of just his performance lately. I think he's leading, but it's a close race. It's a very, very close race. This is not like, this is no knock on Ant at all. Not at all. So I'm trying
Shai
to
is averaging 31, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm. And what's Ant averaging? Shai's also leading the league in steals. So free throws 490. That's Shai. 2 field goal percentage attempts. Shai. Obviously, Giannis leads in field goal made with 668. It's just like I think it's a close race between Shai. Oh, steals per game. I said that already. Shai.
I mean,
And it's 26.
26. Yeah, 26, 5, and 5. 26, 5, and 5.
It's gonna be interesting.
Versus 31, 5, and 6.
It's gonna be Shai.
The only thing is just that point jump differential. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have that, and then there's that.
I think it's gonna be Shai.
It's gonna be Shai, but I'm just saying, like, in the terms of like, if the Timberwolves finish with the number 1 seed, right? Let's go back to it.
Well, you don't need to be the number 1 seed to win the MVP.
But just that's what the criteria is this year.
Is that the criteria? Is that really the criteria? Is that the criteria?
Because what was the Sixers when they were up when Embiid before he got injured? What were the Sixers? They were a top 3 seed at least. At least.
They were top 3, but they weren't number 1.
But they were a top 3 seed. Is that the Thunder a top 3 seed?
Okay,
right now? But number 1 seed right now, actually. But
okay, then that say that you gotta be like a top 3, top 4 seed. You don't gotta be exactly the number 1 seed to win the MVP.
They are the best. But like, all right, we could say the same thing for Tatum because they were trying to put the same criteria for Tatum, the best player on the best team.
And then we saw
what number 1 seed.
And then the criteria didn't fit Tatum because we saw him. Then he saw him underperform.
And that's my problem with the MVP thing every single year. Why do we change the freaking narrative for the MVP? Why? Why do we do that?
Because it depends on what type of season that said player is having. Because remember when Russell Westbrook won it?
Yes, I remember it was a historic one.
He had it was historic. So it's usually best player on the best team. Unless you're having a monstrous historic season, a la Russell Westbrook, who got a triple-double.
6. His team finished 6th that year.
Yes.
And that was the year James Harden was supposed to win the MVP, and his team actually finished above him. I don't even know what the Rockets even finished. I just know they was at least a top 2 seed, at least, because they were bugging that year. If they weren't the number 1 because of the Warriors, then at least they were 2.
How many MVPs Harden got? 1 or 2?
MVPs, Harden got 1.
Well, he was supposed to have. It was 2018. Yeah, he shot. Okay, I got right here.
That was the year when he was shooting like he did that crazy like 50 to 50 games. Like he had like 550 games or in a row, or like he was on a tandem.
Was it? I think I got. Oh, come on, get over it, Papa. I think it was the 2017-2018 season.
Yes.
All right, I got it right here. 36. Hold up. 36, 6, 7, and 3. It was 36, 6, and 7. So I'm gonna share that right now so everybody can see.
Like, it just don't make sense. Like, my boy had to put it in perspective for me at one point because I'm like, yo, I mean, like, Russ did his thing, but like James Harden was bogging that year. Like, he was ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
When did Westbrook win? 2020? Did he win 2016, 2017?
2017, yes, I believe so. Yeah. And then James Harden won it 2018. Yes. James Harden won it 2018.
So even if James Harden was bugging, like you can't knock the triple-double. Like that was historic, dude.
I get that.
But it's triple-double from a point guard. We haven't seen that since Oscar Robertson. And there were people that voted for James, but it was like, yo, dog, it's a triple-double. And don't get me wrong, I will say this. Russell was stat padding that year. He was stat padding. Like that was some stat padding that year when Russell won. Because there were times where the game was already won. Russell was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay and get the rebound to get the triple double." He was stat padding. I'm not knocking because at this point, yo, my team suck. Even though we do make the playoffs, we're gonna probably be out in the first round. I'm getting this goddamn MVP. F that. I'm leaving. What's that?
He had something to prove that year.
Wait, what's that? Yeah, because I was thinking KD love. What was that? What's that? Denzel mean? I'm leaving here with something.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm leaving here. That's what Russell Westbrook and when he won the MVP. Like I'm leaving here with something. Like I'm not going home in the first round. I'm getting this MVP trophy.
Nah, facts. That's facts, and it really pops to Russell Westbrook. That's no slight to him at all. Like, because, like I said, it was a historic season. Same thing with James Harden, even the following year. I get that, but even LeBron James could have won it that year. But the criteria for that one was different. They didn't really even have a criteria. LeBron that was the year that they went to the finals and he carried that team. Literally, he had a whole different team in the beginning of the year. Then they switched it and he had a whole different roster and still took that team to the finals. That year was even more ridiculous that he didn't get an MVP. But the criteria was different. So what I'm saying is that every single year, why does the criteria usually change? Why is it not a standard for the MVP race? Why, if there was a standard, maybe more people would it wouldn't be that hard to judge who MVP is. But
it's there's not a standard because you never know what type of season that player is going to have. Again, you could probably predict that a lot of people had Jason Tatum as the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. Now look at it. Shai's no one predicted Shai to have this monstrous leap of a jump. No one predicted Anthony Edwards to have this monstrous leap. So it just so young, so far into his early in his career. You can't talk right now. I got a burp coming. Excuse me. Nobody predicted it. So that's why the criteria constantly changes. If EMBIID, nobody predicted EMBIID to have this crazy record-breaking season before he got hurt.
Yes, that's
the criteria is always going to change. So when the criteria of whatever the standard is, the moment somebody has a monster having a crazy season, thrown out the window. We got to get that person. We got to look at that person.
So it has to go based off of the historic standard. So there is a standard, but when something historic happens, then it's like that overtakes everything.
Yes.
So it is the best player on the best team that should get the MVP.
Yes, 9 times out of 10, it is usually the best player on the best team, unless. No, because Kobe didn't win it that year when he was averaging like 40.
You see what I'm saying? And how many times they said Kobe should have won MVP?
But because they gave it to Steve Nash based off the efficiency numbers. Because Steve Nash won it twice over Kobe. A lot of people would say over Kobe and or Shaq.
So there was a question that was posed is like, if JOKIC can get 2 more MVPs and 2 more chips, you think that'll put him into the GOAT conversation?
What was the question? I'm sorry. 2 more MVPs and 2 more chips?
Yeah, if he can get 2 more MVPs and 2 more chips, and if you get the chips, they're gonna come with the final MVPs with it. So that's
yeah. If he wins 2 more, if he wins 1 more time and gets 2 chips and 2 MVPs, I mean, GOAT center or GOAT player?
GOAT player.
No, not GOAT player. GOAT center, he could be in that conversation, not GOAT player. And even then, he'll probably be top 5 GOAT center. He's not correct because when most people who have Shaq, Kareem.
But think about it. That's 4 MVPs. You already got 2. It's 4 MVPs. There's only a certain amount of people in NBA history that have 4
MVPs. Are you talking MVPs as in regular season awards or MVPs as in the NBA final?
I'm talking about both. Because they're going to come. I'm talking about if he gets 2. Listen, this is the question. If JOKIC
that's not accurate. No, your question is not accurate because Steph should have more final MVPs.
He should have more final MVPs, but who won the final MVPs?
Iguodala won the finals MVP the first year they won.
Yeah, but he should have more final MVPs. But who won the final MVPs?
But Steph is in the GOAT conversation. Even won finals MVP. It's just the
4 chips.
Yeah, 4 chips. But and there's also okay. I know what you're trying to say.
He has 2 MVPs. So who's to say?
And one is unanimous. Yeah, so it's a different thing for Joker. Joker could get another MVP, right? So he'll have 2 MVP. No, he'll have 3 regular season MVPs because he's already got 2 back-to-back. If he wins again, he'll have 3. And if he gets to the finals this shit and wins, he'll most likely be the MVP as well. So he'll have 2 finals MVPs, 3 regular season MVPs, and 2 chips. I think that'll be enough to put him in a GOAT center conversation. But a GOAT player conversation is not happening. Even with that, he's got to get to 5 or 4 to get there.
You said 5 or 4.
He's got to get to 5 or 4.
So you think Curry gonna get to that then?
Curry's got
You
4
had to
already.
put Curry in it.
Curry's already at the GOAT player conversation. Cause let's forget the rings. I broke the game of basketball forever.
I mean, Jokic kind of weird. Like, now I'm not saying he changed the game of basketball, but he's helped evolving the game.
He's helped evolving it, but most people at the end of the day still like, I want to shoot some threes.
Wait. But time out. Do you see how many players actually play just like Jokic in today's league? They can shoot, pass the ball, play. Like, look at the playmaking ability.
Are we talking centers? Are we talking centers?
Yes, centers.
Yeah,
look at Alperen Sengun in Houston.
No, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying Steph's impact is much larger than Joker's. If you want to say if you want to say Joker's gonna be the best foreign player we've ever seen in the NBA, I will not debate that will likely be a certified fact. He might eclipse Dirk as the best foreign player we've ever seen.
No,
unless Luka goes crazy, starts winning chips and finals and MVPs. That's the only thing that's ever gonna happen. But right now, Joker is looking like the best foreign player we've ever seen in the NBA. But I'm just saying, to be the GOAT player, like, look at who's on that list. Jordan,
you're right. Yeah.
Kobe, Bron, Curry, Shaq. And that's just, and I'm just named. That's just the names that came to mind. Magic, Bird.
But I said if he get 2 MVPs though,
that's still not enough. That is still not enough.
2 MVPs. So think about it. That's 4 MVPs.
That's not enough.
2 chips. 4 MVPs, 2 chips, and at least 2 final MVPs.
That's not enough.
I mean, 3 final MVPs. That's
not enough, because at the end of the day, the people ain't always looking at the MVPs. The MVPs are like a little sprinkle. We looking at your the hardware. We looking at the trophies. We looking at that chip.
Get 3 chips.
Is it enough to get into GOAT player? Like GOAT, I think you ought to understand. Like, GOAT player is a really
where's KD?
Tough.
So where's KD then?
He's not in the GOAT player conversation.
Oh,
he's not. GOAT player, Shomer?
Yes. KD's not in that conversation.
No. You got 2 rings off a team that was 73-9 when you went there.
Why are we basing it up? But that's what you just used to establish these other guys, the rings. So it's all right. We take away the accolades. All right, let's take away the accolades.
But it's different, and I'm not trying to shit on KD. I'm really, just in case this comes back to haunt me, I'm not trying to shit on KD, but GOAT. I can't see KD as a GOAT player. It's not that I hate KD. I'm hating on KD. It's just, and KD's a phenomenal basketball player. It's just at the end of the day, like, yo, you went to a team that beat you, bro. It's hard to really look at that.
Oh God,
it's hard to. All right, what we're gonna talk about next? We have that MVP talk went long.
That must have been a good conversation.
Yeah, that went long.
All right, so we could talk about the Western Conference. I mean, that's the biggest story right now, the Western Conference. So, and just a quick little side note: the Cavs is booming. The Celtics is booming.
Yeah.
The Bucks still trying to figure it out. They went on a crazy skid, especially from losing to the Lakers last night.
Yeah, and they lost to Golden State. So
yeah,
D'Lo had a phenomenal game. 41. Without obviously, look at the ticker chat.
Was it 40 or 41?
41. Yeah, because I got
You're not scared of Bron. I'll tell you that, because Bron wasn't on the court. So I'm
wrong. It's 44. I'm 44. I'm wrong. It's 44. I'm looking at the ticker now. It's 44. But man, D'Lo had a great game. That was a great game overall too. Definitely great defensive. Great final stop by the Lakers to get the ball out of Dame's hands too.
Because he was cooking that 4-point play.
Yeah, Dame was going in Dame time.
Yo, he was on Dame time, and it really gets scary around that time. Like, you could literally feel what daytime is happening. But speaking of daytime,
it's insane that you say that, because I agree with everything you just said. Like, when Dame about to go off, and it's like, oh, here we go.
You could just feel this shit. It's in the air. Like Benny Siegel said, he was like, feel it in the air.
In fact, but nah, they got Minnesota tonight. That's tonight. Tomorrow it's looking like, so that'll be another good one to check out. Chat.
So I mean, let's pull up these Western Conference standings, man.
Yep, I got you. Where is my John at? Here it is.
Oh, my back, man. I need to see a chiropractor or something, man.
Fam, you and me both, bro. I gotta just adjust my chair the right way when I pod, because when I play the game, I be leaning back, and when I pod, I'm like standing, it's like staying up straight, and it's like,
yeah,
like my thing, not like my back of my chair not on my back. So,
oh, you got a little gap.
Yeah,
like, it's a gap right there.
Yeah,
it's a gap.
That's why I be constantly like adjusting my chair, like get it right. So
Yeah.
I'm ignoring that. So point is, Western Conference standings that y'all can see, audience. OKC leads the pack. Number 1, followed by Minnesota, Denver, the Clippers. The Clippers gotta get out the 4th seed, bro. They do not want to. They do not want to see the Pelicans in the playoffs.
No, they don't. I'm telling you, that team is just a killer. Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. When you see Zion coming down the lane, I'm just saying, get
Mac
the hell
truck.
out the way.
Mac
The
truck.
Like, yo, nah, for real.
Like, if you thought LeBron was scary coming down, man,
No.
Zion might be the most scariest person coming down the lane.
Well, that's a Mac truck. LeBron a freight train, but then you got another Mac truck and Zion Williamson, man. I'm telling you that. And what? Not really chill. But then BI is crazy too. They got crazy shooters on this team. And Zeke Naji, not Zeke Naji, Najee Marshall,
CJ
Trey Murphy, CJ McCollum, Jose Alvarado, aka GT, Grand Theft Alvarado.
That's what they call him, Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah, great.
That's crazy.
GTA,
That's crazy.
Grand Theft Alvarado. That was his. He got that name when they played him in the when they played the Suns the first round. When he was picking out Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a funny nickname. Well coached, by the way. Homie, I forgot homie's name, but
Willie Green.
Willie Green. Thank you, Shomer. Willie Green's doing an excellent job down there, man. Cheyenne looks better in shape, not the best shape, but better than what he started with. Mm-hmm. So they got something they cooking down there. And honestly, the way the Clippers of Brooklyn, especially because they look, I was talking to my boy Mo about it since he's a huge Clipper fan, is that they look
how you a Clipper fan jersey.
You get used to it. They look it's 4th quarter efficiency is bad for them. They look very slow in the 4th quarter. I don't know if it's old, if they tired, but it's something. And if you go up against the Pelicans, up and down.
Run them out the building. I'm telling you,
them boys gonna be running.
I'm telling you. And then you know what's also rough about this too? Just not only just 1 through 6 being crazy, but 7 through 10 is insane too, because I'm telling you, it's a strategic thing that's going on between them. Because there's like, yo,
what's the strategy involved?
You don't want to be 6.
You don't want to be 6. Who's 6?
You don't want to be 6.
You'll play Denver if you're 6. So yeah,
you don't want to be 6.
Who got the best chance to play Denver at 6? Who got a better chance if someone gets to 6? Who got a better chance to beat Denver in the first round?
It might be the Pelicans. The Pelicans could play them in the first round. That might give them a run for their money for real.
Because I wanted to say Lakers, then I realized the Lakers have been constantly getting cooked by the Nuggets for the last couple seasons now. Like not since like last season, I say not even a couple seasons since they've been getting cooked by the Nuggets. And AD and Joker just looks at AD like, yo, barbecue chicken, bro.
Because they're trying to see if they could just face them in the conference finals. They'd rather just face them in the conference finals than try to face them ahead. Because if they go anything above 6, they have a high chance of facing them in the first round. If they don't face them in the first round, then they play either 4 or 5. Excuse me. And if they play 4 or 5, then they got a high chance of playing them in the second round. They'd rather just wait to the Eastern Conference just to do that. The Warriors are playing that same game too. The Mavericks too. I don't know about the Kings. The Kings are just so inconsistent because they're a good team, but they're just an inconsistent ass team.
They are. Are they making out the play-in?
They might get eliminated. I think they might get eliminated. It might come down to
I'm looking at this lineup. I think the Suns might be the best chance to beat the Denver Nuggets in the first round. Might be. I'm not guaranteeing it, but it might be only because Nurkic has played very well against Joker.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hey, remember they were teammates. They were teammates. They got traded. Remember, it was like the one that got traded to the Portland because they didn't know which one they wanted to keep. And Jokic.
And then you got KD, Bill, and Booker. So I think that's enough to still beat him, and especially if you got because you're not going to like lock up Joker, but if you could you're not going to neutralize him either. But if you could slow him down and keep and score enough, and what you got with what you got in the big three in the Suns' big three, I think you got enough there to win.
But so you can't take out their X factor in Aaron Gordon though.
You can't.
Aaron Gordon is their huge X factor.
I think Aaron Gordon and I think Jamal Murray are going to be key to those games, but I also think the Suns got an X factor too in Bobo because Bobo has improved very well. I think Bobo can be an X factor with the way he can rebound, his length, and his wingspan, and the fact that he can shoot. So I think you got something there. So I think
I was telling you about last episode when if they're all efficiently on one, especially with Bobo playing the way he is playing, There's no stopping the Suns.
I think the Suns might be the best chance to beat the Denver Nuggets in the first round. I think that might be the matchup we get because I think the Suns want to keep that spot because they believe they can beat Denver. Then if you're the Clippers, you want to get out of the 4th seed because you don't want to play the Pelicans. So you gotta find a way either eclipse Denver or fall down, which you're not going to do nothing.
And if you fall down, that means you got to, because remember, the playing teams are right now, they're strategically trying to see who they could play in the first round. Because if you're the Warriors, I want to play the Thunder in the first round or the Timberwolves. If I'm the Lakers, I want to play the Timberwolves or the Thunder in the first round.
I'm about to say, if you're the Mavericks, you don't want to play. Well, Mavericks
you don't want to play either of them.
Yeah, but you don't want to play either. But you're going to score a lot of points because
so their objective is probably just to get up to at least the 7th seed, and then maybe they could play like not even the 7th seed, the 6th seed and above. They would love to play the Clippers. They would love to play the
looking at this play-in, who gets 7 and 8? Who comes out the 7 and 8? Who comes out the 7 and 8 spot?
If we had to look at, I said the Kings coming out. I mean the Mavericks beat the Kings.
So you're saying the Mavericks beat the Kings, and who so like give me your final two. Give me your final two. Who your two teams that are coming into the playoffs? Because if we're looking like that, this is going to be it. Who is it going to be? LA. You said the Kings are going to be out, so that leaves you three. That leaves you three other teams.
Mavericks and Lakers.
Mavericks and Lakers. So Golden State gets out.
Golden State's out.
Mm.
I feel like this will be the first time in Steph's career where he'll actually have like a really good season, and he won't make the playoffs.
I'm inclined to agree. I just don't. The thing about the Mavericks, you got to play defense at some point.
They can, but they're so offensively good that they'll probably like when you're going against a team in the Kings, they're gonna get them out of here quick. So they only got to worry about them. That's a solid 7-seed spot for them, and they'll go against the Minnesota.
I do want to mention something because this came out earlier today, I believe. Mm-hmm. Minnesota did suffer a serious injury to Cat.
Oh yeah.
With a torn meniscus as well, so he's out for a month. So now, and again, that I'm not saying they're gonna fall, but because I think maybe Cat will be back in time for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But if they do skid,
right,
and Denver takes the top spot and take the 2 spot, or the 1 spot, because they're so like both those three, as you can, all three of those teams are very neck and neck with each other in terms of the win column. Mm-hmm. I could see the Clippers trying to get to that 3rd seed. It depends, because let's say hypothetically Minnesota falls to 4, then it's gonna be Minnesota and New Orleans, which will be a great series to me.
Yeah, that would be a wonderful series.
I can see the Clippers probably pay attention to that Minnesota schedule. Like, all right, bro, how many of these games y'all gonna start losing? Because again, like the Clippers do not. I've heard it from most Clippers. They want to avoid the Pelicans at all costs.
Yes, and because they're going to ran out the building. I'm telling you.
Now for LA, I think you're going to be in a play-in unless you go on this Monsters run. Now, granted, D'Lo did score 44 to get the dub against Milwaukee without LeBron and without AD got hurt late in the game, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
AD got hurt, like something hit with his shoulder, so something happened there. But also, did you see LeBron, bro, with the women?
Yeah, he was going crazy. He was just on the side like this, like, yeah. I'm like, damn, LeBron, if he wasn't married, LeBron be getting to it. I'm telling you.
He was like, Happy International Women's Day. You know what's up? But
LeBron wasn't married. He probably be getting to it.
I think, but back to this, I think LA Lakers is definitely going to be a play-in team.
Oh yeah, they're going to want to be a play-in team.
It's just that
they're strategic.
It's just like Dallas is the question mark to me with defense, man. It's just,
but
they are dead.
Gosh,
they're dead last. Like Olay, bro. I'm just seeing Olays with them. Really, just one player. That's I'm lying. It's one player. It's Luka. I'm lying. It's not everyone. It's like Olay's just with Luka, and I'm like, yo, dog. Why can't y'all play any good defense? Is Jason Kidd not that good of a defensive coach?
No, because I can't say that because like he is a decent defensive coach. He was on it. Remember the Lakers? He helped them. He was on that coaching staff to help win them a chip.
Yeah, like I'm not
a defensive-minded coach with a defensive-minded coaching staff, so he could play.
And I think he was good with Milwaukee too when he was them. Like it's like I'm not bugging.
Yeah, but this is my thing, right? If the Kings face the Mavericks, that's two bad defensive teams right there. So which defensive team, whatever the worst defensive team comes out, which will probably be well, who actually, I'm sorry, it comes down to who's better offensively at the end of the day.
It'll be the Mavericks.
Exactly. So after that, most likely between the Warriors and the Lakers, who are you really gonna take?
Give me
Be
the
honest with
Lakers.
me. You don't take the Lakers, right? So
Yeah,
the
give me the
Kings is
Lakers.
out of here at this
If
point.
LeBron is healthy, give me the Lakers.
So the Kings is out of here at that point. So then now you got the Mavericks at the 7th seed, and then you got the Lakers at the 8th seed, right? And the Lakers, they'll be facing who's the current number 1 seed right now? The Thunder?
Yes.
That's been a matchup for them all season long. Even ever since LeBron broke the record on them last season, it's been on one ever since.
Oh crap! I forgot he did break it against them.
It was on Kendrick Williams.
Yeah,
I remembered it. I remember.
I remember. Yep, I remember too. Now
It was crazy.
They lost that game too, by the way.
They lost, and they were saying AD was happy for Bron, but no, he was just mad that they lost. I might understand we celebrating LeBron's thing, but we lost again.
Didn't Bron get 40,000 against the Thunder?
I think so. I could be wrong.
And they lost that one too, I think. So
no, they didn't play the Thunder. They played somebody else. I forgot who they played.
They ain't played the Thunder when Bron got 40,000.
No, I think they played the Nuggets.
Oh, okay.
Played the Nuggets and lost. But that's what I'm saying. In terms of that, that's how that's gonna go. That's what I believe how it's gonna come down to in the Western Conference. It's because the Rockets ain't doing nothing, the Jazz ain't doing nothing. So forget them. The Warriors, if they don't get it together, they might just end up being out. I don't know why I'm picking the Lakers over them, but I just feel very strong about the Lakers right now. Then you got Dallas, who's a very good offensive team, but terrible defense.
Can I tell you why you feel about that way about the Lakers? Because at the end of the day, they still got LeBron James on your team.
And they got Anthony freaking Davis, bro. AD is actually, he's not street clothes no more, even though he is part-time sometimes street clothes. But then
he part-time
street clothes, but still, like he really does be doing his thing though. Like he was like he could be candidate for MVP, not MVP for defensive player of the year. If he would have still like really get back to AD, which I think he'll get back to next year, he could be a candidate for MVP like he was like a couple of years ago. So
interesting.
Got to see how that goes.
We are going to have to see how that goes. I meant to put that up. My fault. We was just in our conversation. I forgot to put that graphic up.
I just told my boy, but I don't know how he did it. I brought it to his attention.
Is who I think it is?
It's who you think it is. The NCAA motherfucking GOAT, Caitlin motherfucking Clark. Yo, Caitlin Clark really is the greatest. She is the all-time leading scorer in men and women's basketball. Let me say that again. Caitlin Clark is the ultimate leader in men and women's college basketball, collegiate basketball ever. She passed Pete Maravich to become that. Not only did she do that, before she had become the all-time, she broke the women's record of being the all-time women's scoring leader. That's impressive. Did you know that the WNBA draft this year is sold out?
Yep.
It's sold out already.
They saying Indiana has number 1 pick, I believe. They saying they take
Indiana Fever.
Yeah, Indiana Fever tickets have just skyrocketed because they know they're getting Caitlin Clark. It's already automatic. It's Caitlin Clark.
It's ridiculous.
So she brought up just a couple accolades. She passed Pete Maravich of the all-time scoring record just in both men's and women's basketball. That was 3,667. She passed Lynette Woodard's record with 3,649. And she also broke the D1 Division I women's single season 3-point record with 154 set by Idaho's Taylor Pierce. Wow. She's broken like 3 historic records.
She's the GOAT.
Like it's just like she's the GOAT, bro.
College hoops, she's the GOAT, bro. There's no debate in that.
I will say this, and I think Bomani Jones said this, and he highlighted it, that the NCAA is putting a lot behind the marketing machine, putting that marketing machine behind Caitlin Clark, rightfully so, because she is big time. People want to watch her. People watching more women's basketball games because of her, especially when she plays. Right. But they have to, but the NCAA has to realize that she's going next season. So what Bomani Jones was saying, market the other women as well. That's still going to be here for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, like we just talk about her. Haley Halago.
Haley
and then
Halago,
Juju Watkins and
Juju. I was about to say her because
uh,
she is a beast.
Juju Watkins is it's insane, right? Who's Paige? I think she's going to the WNBA this year.
Is
Angel
Angel Reese
Reese,
is it in
she might be going
WNBA?
to, she might be going to the WNBA this year.
Because I was wondering if Angel was WNBA bound or not.
Yeah, it was this year because her
Even
and Caitlin
Dawn
Clark.
Staley, like you can market Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
Two
Dawn
one of the-
Staley. Dawn Staley I definitely think you can market her. Gino 100%. Kim Mulkey is 50-50 because I heard
Yeah.
who don't like her because of her beliefs and stuff. So
yeah,
it's 50-50 with her. But you can start marketing some of these people in women's basketball, coaches and players alike.
and then to go into our last one, right? Another quick hitter. We're going to talk about the worst NBA team in this season and in history. Like, did this season specifically just host another historically bad team? Like, I think it did. Like, I honestly think it did. And I'm about to show you in 1 second because I'm about to pull up the list of the worst NBA teams. Or Josh, you want to pull it up? The worst NBA teams, and then you have the.
Are we talking like worse than our? I got it right here. I think so. Let me go up a little more on that. So, Chad, as you can see, the worst teams right now in the league are the Detroit Pistons and the Washington Wizards, who, as you can see, next to their name is an E for eliminated because they officially been eliminated from playoff contention, and it's only been March 9th. Well,
10-53.
10-53. While the Detroit Pistons are 10-52. Next game they lose most likely will be elimination from playoff contention as well. So me and Sherman had a talk. It was like, hey, yo, which team gonna finish dead last? Like worst to worst.
Yeah. And right
low
now,
key, I thought it was gonna be the Wizards, and I was like, damn, the Wizards win. So I don't know now because they both got roughly the same record. Just the Pistons the Wizards got one loss ahead of the Pistons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I might go with the Pistons only because they actually try to win. They just can't win. No, excuse me, I'm going with the Wizards because the Pistons try to win. They just can't win. Let me put it like that.
The Wizards just look like a team that just like
they ready to go to Cancun, bro.
I know the Charlottes are like an AAU team, but at least AAU could win games. You know what I'm saying? Like what they got going on in Washington don't make no damn sense at all. And they need
a rebuild, bro. You need to burn the house down and just restart from the ground up.
The sad part about it is, where do you start? You don't even know where to start with Washington.
I don't know where to start. I was about to say,
don't even know where to start.
I had a brain fart when you said that. Like, I don't know where to start with Washington. There are teams that need rebuild though. A lot of them, like Atlanta, I think it's time for a rebuild. I think Chicago's been time for a rebuild. Brooklyn, obviously, you just heard news about Ben Simmons being out again for the season. They need direction. Brooklyn needs rebuild, but also direction. Because I feel like the pieces are in Brooklyn, but they got no direction of them.
Yeah.
So Toronto is already basically told us they're going through a rebuild. They got Scotty Barnes. I just saw her.
At least they got direction.
Yeah, they got direction. Okay. So they're going through the rebuild process. But Charlotte,
they have direction, but they don't know what direction they're going.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know what's up with Charlotte. I like LaMelo. I like Miles. They picked up some nice pieces in draft. Not the draft, but free agency. Excuse me. They got direction. Question is how long the players want to stay there. But Atlanta, Chicago are definite rebuilds to me. And the Wizards, but they got no clue. I got no clue where they need to go. Detroit doesn't need a rebuild. They just need to figure out how to win consistently.
They need more. It's not even just that. They still got to fill out better pieces to like this whole trade thing. Because like or this whole drafting thing. Because remember, this is Monty Williams. All right, so
I like Monty.
He's now he's gonna get players that actually fit to his system. Remember the same thing I said about the Pacers and Rick Carlisle starting to get like draft players that were probably more to fit to his play style and his coaching system. Same thing with Monty. I feel like it's gonna take time for him to draft the players that would fit to his tailored to his system. And being one of the Thompson twins is one of them. You know
Thompson
what I'm saying?
Twins, so, I do like.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a great start for where they got. And plus, you're already coming in with Cade and Jaden Ivey. That's already good enough.
I like both of them.
And Durant. And Jalen Durant.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Jalen Durant's been killing too. So
you know what I'm saying? And then Washington, you got pieces too, but there's just what the hell's going on? Like, You got Corey Kispert, but what the hell is going on? You got Johnny Davis, who had a really slow start to his NBA career.
I think what's going on is that they thought Jordan Poole could come in and be that guy, and I don't think Jordan Poole's that guy yet.
And not at all.
I just don't. I think mature,
or maybe he need more time. But damn, like
because he had Steph behind him. Everyone looks great when you're playing next to Steph, and he's the main focus. And I'm not saying Jordan Poole
off the bench too, though.
He is, but I think they thought, okay, we're trading for Jordan Poole. We think, we're gonna get this dude that was supposed to
mini Steph.
Yeah, and it's just like, he's not there. He's not ready. He's not mentally ready to be a leader yet. He's not mentally ready to be a franchise player yet. He needs time.
Even look out west. Look out west. Who's the worst teams out west that still need even though it's like we know it's
all right. Houston, I like the direction they're going. I think they're gonna be fine. Utah is in the rebuild process, so I'm not too worried. It's
and they're better than most rebuilding teams out there too.
Yeah. Memphis is just waiting on Ja Morant to come back, so that we all know Ja come back, they'll be fine. They'll be back in the playoff contention the moment Ja gets back next season.
Well, that's gonna be super ultra competitive right there.
God knows what Portland. I don't know what's up with Portland. What they gonna do? I mean, I honestly don't know. They got DeAndre Ayton. They got the homeboy they picked up from the draft, who you like. And they got Chauncey over there. So I don't know. A lot of people don't like DeAndre Ayton, so.
I think it might need a coaching change after a while too.
Oh,
like
I need that. I like Chauncey, but
yeah, I don't think Chauncey because like he was fed into a bad situation anyway. So like
he was because he came in when Dame didn't want to be there no more. So
exactly, and they thought Chauncey being there was gonna help elevate.
Yeah,
Chauncey, good coach, but
Chauncey is a good coach, and I like him. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate with Chauncey. San Antonio Spurs has been eliminated from playoff contention, 13-50. What would they recommend?
Didn't expect that with Wemby, but I mean, hey.
No, I expected it. I expected it. No, but now
13-50 though, like
not 13-50, but not making the playoffs. Honestly, I didn't think they was gonna be this bad. Let me take it back. I didn't think they was gonna be this.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're really bad. Like
they've been in rebuild since Kawhi got traded.
Yeah.
And now we have to have the discussion. Like, this is what I think. All right, bro, somebody gotta make a move to get Trae Young.
And if they get Trae Young, you don't understand how. Well, you do understand what that's gonna do. That's gonna just elevate this team to a whole nother dynamic.
Exactly. That puts you in playoff contention.
But then again, it could just be another Clint Capella and Trae Young situation. So we never.
I don't know.
Then again,
I think Trae wants to play with Wemby. Like he really wants to play with Wemby. Like that's
I can see that happening, and I think San Antonio definitely got the money to do it. So
they gotta get Trae. Like they've been losing a lot, and it's like, all right, bro. At some point, I'm not saying Wemby got win now or anything, but I'm like, damn, how long y'all gonna be losing for? Like y'all been losing since legit Kawhi got traded, and that was 2018, 2019. They've been losing like for a long time now, and this is when they still had DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. They weren't making playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, like they've been struggling since the whole like Kawhi trade. I understand that, but that was a whole push to try to get them back. But Kawhi got injured in that moment, so that's why that went to that.
Also, his relationship with Greg Popovich soured out. So
and that too. So and then remember they made the playoffs one time with DeMar. So I mean that worked for a year and a half. And then,
they did make the playoff. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so like they were trying, but they just sucked really bad.
Really they got to figure it out. They got to figure that one out.
I
mean, I guess they're rebuilding, but they try to figure out the direction, or they got a direction.
Yeah. I would say they definitely do, especially like I said, compared to the Rockets got direction. Utah got a really good direction for rebuilding the team. They're waiting on Ja to come back from Memphis, which is going to be even more.
They're not even a rebuild. They just lost their best player, so.
They're going to get even more better going into this draft, which is going to be
Portland
crazy.
Is all over the place.
And then San Antonio just
they need a superstar.
They got a superstar. They got generational. What more do you need in superstar? You got generational.
They need a superstar or someone who's already now a superstar and established. They need Trae Young. They need Trae Young. Wemby, we all know Wemby's going to be a superstar. Wemby might already got rookie of the year locked up, but Wemby's still going to need time to develop. We need somebody that can help him develop faster. With Trae Young.
And Trae Young's the answer. Trae Young's
Yes.
Trae Young's the answer to help Wemby get there quicker. I mean,
Because
hey,
Trae Young wants to be. Trae Young's like said in interviews. I mean, I got nothing but respect for Greg Popovich. He wants to play with Wemby. He doesn't want to be in Atlanta no more. That's why I said Atlanta needs to start a rebuild now. Like, and I like Javonte Murray. You dropped 41, which means you just dropped 41. It's just that I don't think Trae wants to be there.
and then what you gonna do after that? Now you got DeJounte just sitting on an island by himself in Atlanta. That's a whole nother situation.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I ain't think of that. Well, nah.
That's just bad.
Yeah. Atlanta needs to. They're in a figure it out situation right now. I think
They don't know what direction they're going in either. They thought Trae Young was. I mean, that is Trae Young. There's their direction.
they didn't. I don't think they put the right pieces around Trae Young.
No, that's another thing. They didn't. Oh, damn kids. But yeah, but yeah, they didn't. The kids just threw me off. I can't even think straight. Oh my gosh, my nephews be bugging. But yeah, with the Hawks, yeah, there's their direction with DeJounte. It's like that really goes down the drain if that doesn't work out. If they leave, if Trae leaves, that really just defeats the whole purpose of what Atlanta was trying to do. They just might have just blow up the whole thing, trade DeJounte Murray to a contender, and just leave it at that. Because what the hell?
What about Chicago? Because Chicago is,
probably
I think Chicago needs a rebuild. Unless I don't know, the status of Lonzo Ball is really in question here.
That's what's determining everything, though.
Yeah, I just saw recent videos of him in the gym, but I'm like, fam, what's the ETA of getting back on the court? Because you're like most of these players that cannot be waiting for you.
Sorry, I gotta put some type of cushion behind my back, man. And my back is go. Ho, ho, ho.
We can wrap it up after that because it's like your back killing you.
Oh yeah, because I can't even sit straight. Like this is ridiculous. But that's how those rebuilding teams are. But just real quick, just to show the people, right, about the worst teams in NBA history.
Oh, worst.
Yeah, like cause I got this thing right here.
Put it on screen, so I'll bring it up.
I think this is it.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got, let's see. Cavs, I remember them. What was that one? Cavs 82-80. Oh, that's not the LeBron-less Cavs when he first left. Let's see. Wizards. Okay, Wizards 10-53. Detroit Pistons 10-52. I'm trying to see if any ones are from the last couple years.
Yeah, there is. I gotta like zoom in to see it. It's
I see 0-1 Bulls.
There we go. You look at the
Miami.
Look at
Miami Heat.
Look at that.
I saw them. I see the Miami Heat 07-08, 11-52. Damn.
Yeah, that was bad.
I forgot about them. Damn.
But
what about this? I'm sorry, the Sixers not on here. The one when they went like they was going through trust the process.
10-72.
Yeah, wasn't it? I'm surprised they not on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of confused about. I'm like,
even what about the ones when whatchamacallit, Cleveland when LeBron first left?
Oh snap! That was a terrible team too.
I don't see. Like, I'm surprised I ain't see them.
I guess this is through 63 games. So like,
I guess. Huh? Yeah, it is. That's interesting. It's some misses on there because I remember
there's some misses on here, but the biggest one that got to me was the Pistons and the Wizards are on this list.
Well, I guess because that's roughly through the first 63 games, they were already trash. We already determined they was trash.
Yeah, but that's beyond trash. Like 10-52 and 10-53. Like, come on, dog. Like
that's college team could probably beat you.
That's nah, because that was to happen, bro. They would have to get everybody got to get waived on that team.
You remember when
everybody would have to get waived.
You remember when Miami, like the Miami Dolphins, quick sidebar on football, like you remember when the Miami Dolphins before they got tools like super ass?
Yeah, it was like
They was like, it was like trash. Like in the first like 5 weeks of season, we all was like, yo, them dudes don't want to be there. Like they was like, they was like, we want to go home. They were saying like, yo, Alabama could beat them. I said, if Alabama beat them, though, everybody gotta get fired immediately. Like immediately, everybody gotta get fired.
I think that was the bad year when they had went 0 and like something for like the first like 8 games.
That year in the draft, they got the number 1 overall pick. I think it was, and they ended up drafting Tua.
Shit, that was because that was terrible. But to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we talked about today. We went into a whole that we were going to talk about the Eastern Conference, but then we went into a whole like MVP debate into that, which was a good talk. It was a great debate because, like, you know, they just there's a criteria that changes every single year. So it might be Shai. We might just have a whole episode just dedicated on who you think of the MVP just might be. Because it just at this point, it's the most inevitable MVP we probably ever gonna see. Unless Shai just happened to drop 70, and then we'll actually know at that point.
I honestly think Shai is gonna get it. Like I just think this might be Shai's award to win.
It might be. It was JT's, but now look at it. So
yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, that was the ATB podcast. I am your host, ATB SHOM, aka SHOM Diggity, aka Show what you want to call it. And I got my main man, ATB Josh, also here with me today. We are out of here. Don't forget, Josh, tell them what's your
socials?
Not your socials, your
podcast
and your Twitch channel.
Hey, you can find me on Twitch, RTJosh124, also on YouTube, same number, RTJosh124. And you can find my podcast on Afro Anime on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter and IG.
Yes, sir. And on that note, we are out of here.